Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's boardzy, and imagine a mouse pad that is the exact same thing as the GSRSE, but not only the exact same thing, cheaper and better. You don't have to imagine. It is the Vaxee PA. As you can see, it's a very similar size as the same exact rubber backing, does not have stitched edges. The texture might be a bit updated, or it might just be a bit of variance since this GSRSE does have a lot of use on it. But of course, the GSRSE has had tons of problems, mainly with the durability and the consistency of the surface, because when it's working well, it's a great pad. It is a control pad, but there's no issue with it for faster paced games. Maybe the most popular mouse pad ever for Fortnite. So I see no reason that the Fortnite kids who have been using GSRSEs for years wouldn't fucking upgrade to this. So since this is so similar to the GSRSE and it has had consistency issues, I've wanted to use this pad for a decent amount of time before really judging it. And in around 3 weeks of use, there has been no issues with the overall durability of the surface wearing down. But when it's colder in my room, the mouse pad does perform faster. But even when it is hot and humid, it doesn't get muddy, or at least it hasn't gotten muddy yet. And I'm not saying to buy this pad and expect artisan levels of durability, but just in my experience using this pad for a couple weeks, all types of mice, all types of mouse skates, it has performed better than what I was expecting. But like I said before, in terms of the features, if you're familiar with a GSRSE, you will have no issue adjusting to it. Something I noticed, which is really minor, is you can see the GSRSE is not 100% flat, but the Vaxee PA actually is. So it's so minor, but worth mentioning. Both pads use the SR rubber base, which performs well. It really does everything you can expect from it. It is pretty rough. I'll do a lighter test right now. Or not rough, it's pretty firm. There's not a lot of give on the pad, so it is a firmer cloth mouse pad. But really, no complaints with that. And from everything mentioned so far, it's pretty clear that this is a high-quality mousepad coming from Vaxee. It is their first mousepad for $30. That is 5 big ones cheaper than the GSRSE. If you get this version with your name on it, or customization, it is $40, which is $10 more. They did send it out for review. I don't know if I mentioned that. And the next thing to talk about is the coating, or really the lack of coating. So I learned a few months ago that the GSRSE is actually not coated and just happens to have shit durability and consistency for other reasons. Apparently, to achieve the design, it uses a sublimation process, which Lethal Gaming Gear has assured me does not affect the durability, but it can affect the smoothness of the surface because of the heats used to achieve it. So I am under the impression that this pad is not coated. So down the line, this could wear down exactly the same as the GSRSE does, but currently the texture is a lot, I would say, fluffier, a bit softer than the sort of rough deep blue GSRSE. I know I have heard that the Davina ones are smoother, and I think that's true now after learning a bit about sublimation. But putting the coating stuff aside, using this mouse pad, it just feels solid. It's really nothing out of the ordinary for a cloth pad. If you've used a GSRSE, it's gotten really nasty. You should probably upgrade it, and now you have an option to be immersed into East Asian culture. I don't know what this design's based off of. It's awesome though. And something that's definitely cool about this pad is the static friction to get the mouse moving is sort of high, so you will be a bit less shaky on flicks, but once you get the mouse moving, the dynamic friction is pretty low. It's still controllable, but there is a lot of glide on the mouse pad. So I would say that the Vaxee PA is just a safe recommendation for anybody who wants a control pad but does not want to pay for an Artisan Zero. The Zero is still my personal favorite, but I would recommend the PA over, obviously, a GSRSE and also over the Xtrfy GP4. It's a lot smoother on the mouse feet, and it's such a safe, non-abrasive texture. It's honestly just nice and comfortable to use. And that's going to be all for the review. I would say the biggest question mark is really how long this pad can hold up. Now that it seems like they've solved the humidity problem, at least improved it compared to the GSRSE, it's just a question of will this pad wear down similar to the GSRSE. Regardless, I still think it's a better buy than the GSRSE and very similar as I mentioned before. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Aspiring to be the #1 mousepad reviewer in the world, and a link to the pad in the description. Peace.